The Chemical Massacre in Syria, attorney Van Nguyen. The relationship between the concepts of human rights and national sovereignty. In recent times, for the Vietnamese community both overseas and inside Vietnam, there appear to be two important defining events. First, two important events. 1. The Chemical Massacre in Syria. First is the event of the 7th of April 2018, when the al-Assad regime of Syria resorted to the use of gases such as chlorine and sarin, killing about 70 lives, including many innocent women and children. The images of women and children display their pain and suffering caused by chemical weapons were spread on television screens across the world. World public opinion immediately condemned such action. Subsequently, on the 14th of April, a coalition of armed forces of the USA, France, and United Kingdom conducted air attacks through more than 100 missiles on a number of targets in Syria, including chemical research facilities in the capital Damascus, storage facilities west of Homs, and a command post near Homs. The U.S. President Donald Trump declared, "Mission accomplished." French President Emmanuel Macron and British Prime Minister Theresa May made similar declarations. Meanwhile, Russian President Putin held a phone talk with Iranian President Hassan Rouhani and declared words to the effect that this illegal act has permanently destroyed the prospect of all political solutions for Syria. On the same date, the 14th of April, Vietnamese Communist Senior General Nguyen Vo Tien, former member of the Central Committee of the Communist Party and former director of the Defense Institute, answered as follows to questions from the press. The fact that the U.S. used military forces to attack Syria is a serious breach of international law. The government of the current Syrian president is constitutional, legal and recognized by the international community. 2. The conviction and sentencing of attorney Van Nguyen and prisoners of conscience in the Brotherhood for Democracy Association. Second, is the fact that the communist regime in Vietnam, on the 5th of April 2018, through predetermined court hearings, has convicted and sentenced attorney Van Nguyen. A number of members of the Brotherhood for Democracy Association. Attorney Dai was sentenced to 15 years jail and 5 years under house arrest. Mr. Duc Minh Trong, 12 years jail and 3 years under house arrest. Mr. Nguyen Bac Nguyen, 11 years jail and 3 years under house arrest. Mrs. Ha Tu Lee, 9 years jail and 2 years under house arrest. And Mr. Troy Van Pham, 7 years jail and 1 year under house arrest pursuant to Section 79 of the Criminal Code for activities to overthrow the government, a legal provision which cannot be found in the legal system of any civilized nation. Immediately, on the 6th of April, both the U.S. State Department and the European Union issued statements condemning such violation of human rights by Hanoi.